Good morning, happy Wednesday. We had a rough night. Mr. Ruben is not well. So John stayed up until midnight with him to do the, cow pollen stuff, and he got in bed just a little after midnight, and I got up at 1:10 because that's when the shouting started for Mama. So I spent most of my night lying on Ruben's bedroom floor, patting his back, patting his bum, holding his hand, lots of walking around, and like it was when he was a newborn, apart from he's 30 months and not the weight of a newborn. He's really struggling to breathe, bless him. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Ruben had a seizure yesterday. We ended up at the Royal Cornwall Hospital, had ambulance out. He's got croup and an ear infection, which created a temperature, which is why he had the seizure. Obviously I've not gone to work today. John hasn't gone to work either, he's having a shower. So yeah, there's been very little sleep. But I'm trying to clean everything, and I have no idea if that's going to help. But I also have the ASDA man coming in like an hour. I've also been bombarded with text messages from work asking questions, which I'm ignoring, because that's not important right now. My throat is blue, and I'm a little bit snotty, but I'm putting that down to lack of sleep. But yeah, today will be brought to you with coffee. I have had a really nice hot shower. Shower makes you feel better, innit? But on the NHS website it says you shouldn't bath him, he shouldn't be in any steamy atmospheres. Like, you'd have thought that would help, but he's not meant to have a bath. Ruben hates showers, so I don't know, but yeah. He's got pink cheeks and a little cough. Let's see what happens today. So John has gone to work for a few hours. Little man has finally fallen asleep. Both John and I have tried 3 times, well, between us 3 times, to put him in his bed, but he cries when you move him, so I'm just going to let him sleep here. To be honest, when the doorbell goes, when ASDA turns up, he's probably going to wake up anyway. But hopefully his body will heal while he's asleep. I don't know. They used to say sleep did that, didn't they? Sleep helped your body heal or something. Poor little thing. Food shops come, 7 substitutions, 3 items not available. With no suitable substitution, those 3 items were salami, bread, tomatoes. But to be fair, I knew the tomatoes wouldn't come, like the whole country hasn't got tomatoes right now. But yeah, time to record a food haul. I haven't put the shopping away yet. I've taken Ruben's temperature because he woke up, and it was 38.8, and I rang 111 and spoke to a rather rude woman, and now I have to wait half an hour for a doctor to call me. This is horrible. Well, that was a rough few hours. So I think that's the only thing I recorded. I'd spoken to 111 and I was waiting for the doctor to call the clinical person to ring me back. They ran back. I went through some more questions with you, did the temperature again, and they basically said we needed to go to hospital, because by that point Ruben's temperature had gone up to 39.3. They said the problem is in your area, the minimum waiting time for a ambulance was 40 minutes. It could be up to 2.5 hours. And I said, my husband's on the way home. We can drive to the hospital. So they're all, if you can drive, go to the local one. So there's a local one that's open during the day near us, rather than the one we went to yesterday. So we got there, and they were relatively quick. They did some tests. They did different tests to the hospital yesterday as well. They've said he hasn't. They said that he hasn't got croup. They're saying the ear infection is a lot worse than what they thought it was yesterday. Apparently, one ear is so swollen and red you can't see the eardrum. And they listened to his lungs and his breathing and said it's crackling. And apparently with croup it doesn't crackle. I don't know, I'm not a doctor. So we kind of assumed we were going to be given more steroids, but no more steroids, but they've given us antibiotics. He now also has this rash on his face. And then people were kind of like, oh, it's all related, it's all connected. So we had to go to 5 different chemists to get the prescription. Seems like all chemists like to have their lunch at the same time. So he took the prescription fine, but then refused Calpol. So he's meant to do both. So at least we're halfway there. He's now fallen asleep, even though technically it's too late for a nap, but we're going to be up half the night, it doesn't matter. So he's fallen asleep. His temperature is 38.9. Which is too high. But yeah, we're gonna let him sleep. John's sat next to him. Gonna let him sleep. Obviously monitor him. John's sat next to him, type thing. And hopefully, when he wakes up, the little bit of Calpol he's had might have kicked in, or the antibiotics. I don't know. We'll try him again with the Calpol when he wakes up. Hopefully the temperature's dropped a bit. I'm just trying not to cry. And we're home again. Last time I spoke to a camera, I was telling you that Ruben had gone to sleep. I think I'd literally put the camera down. John came into the room, said he's taken Ruben's temperature, and it was 40.5. Yeah. 40.5. So we rang 111 because we were told if it went over 38, we had to rang 111. 111 said they was going to send an ambulance, and then 35 minutes after the phone call from that, they rang us back and said there were no ambulances, drive yourself to Trelesk. So at lunchtime we went to Bunkus, which is like a smaller, like, village hospital, and Trelesk is like the big hospital in Truro. We went there, it was awful. What was it, like 5 hours? They disagreed with what Bunkus, the hospital at lunchtime, has said. But we're home, he's asleep, we have antibiotics, we have painkillers. I'm just trying to make me and John something quick to eat because we've not eaten today. And we just need some food and to get to bed because who knows what time Ruben will wake up.